Alright, let's see if I can. No, I'm there. Well, it's being stale, but let me see if I can. I'm gonna ban. Alright, let's go to settings, properties, and then go to here. Alright, perfect. Alright, who do you want to pick for jungle? Man, I don't want to mess this up, so I feel like just go for something that we already know. Alright, let's see, I want to show myself. Okay. Alright, to reiterate on the progress of like what I was not to say, like not to say that it's too relevant, but I was kind of making like a fantasy D&D game of sorts where I'm using a method of like it's a machine that's not yet complete, and then I gotta put myself into that and the amounts of resources to gather to make this machine complete. So I've been tracking it for every 15th of the month to check to see where my progress is. So I don't think I'm taking too much hits, but I figured that was a better way to make it like a more scalable and interactive way for someone to join in on creating something, whether it was or not. But I'm gonna say that I'm at 78%. But I don't know. I feel like being too analytical has like consequences. Anyways, I don't like when people, well, I might cancel this video, but I don't like being leisured into suggestions of what someone thinks is an item, and like to think something is, like to try to dissect something and break it apart to just see the what it is without knowing that that element has to be in a state of being. And I was just trying to continue my shit pasta that nobody was watching, whereas where I really do not feel that I would have asked myself to reiterate on some parts, and eventually I did try to teach like things about growth and stuff, and but I'm not gonna do that in a sweep of non-existence of doing that. And if I was doing that in whatever flawed form, I wouldn't share it with somebody like this. And I'm just trying to say that in my religion, the kind of gestures and energies and like expectations you put out to someone, and I don't care that there are like some people with like a better life because it's not me, because I am my own being. But when like someone betas under me, and I kept saying a quote which was to myself that sarcasm isn't serious, so I don't appreciate like when socialism consumes the way that people interact with others. If you look at like, well, wow, this person is like super rich, and then you're saying something, and well, I'm not this, so then I don't have to grab onto like any grit of character. I understand like the personal conflict, and I know it's just this, but I'm pretty offended because I was looking through a previous message. Okay, in order. I am annoyed because I was looking at a previous message where I offered a jointed tenancy ownership of a three-part, which it means that you just own all of it. Like everybody owns all of it to death, and it's like a pact for whatever vehicle, like a house. And I couldn't. It's just the irony of some of the things that I have to say to be a being from either pressuring myself or whatever, but it's just there's this whole avenue of something that's being neglected, and I really feel like it's someone's energy that is being inconsiderate of what I see as myself as a being, that they can neglect a part of who I am to bypass, like to get a cheat code to do something that they normally can't do. So, I'm as aggressive about that as I would be this. And anyways, a question mark, because that person tried to quit and was trying to make a comment about this, and I can tell another supervisor as you try to play hooky in 3 months. So I pretty much at the start of my job was like almost unconscious by the time of like split decisions at the beginning, and I didn't really understand why it was acceptable for said supervisor to think that they could be the rudest person that they could be. But it really makes sense that they're not showing up as often now, and that's a real piss off. How are you gonna, like, it was just on the theory of, like, the idea that maybe perhaps person was attempting to do thing. Like, I don't understand why when I play this, it's in one way that I say it, and then but I don't find the symbolism of thinking that you sideswipe someone to think that you're so stuck up. And pretty much I created this fake girlfriend because I guess because it is fake, and pretty much their whole storyline is that they got something that they did not deserve, and they're so appreciative of that, and it's a piss off. It's like Ruby Sparks of what I've been dealing with of this, and I don't care to know that garbage exists trying to tell me how to do my job right, reiterating comments on my my pastime. I mean, not too many people were so confident to say that at last job, whether they reaped the standard or destroyed their own standard of life just because they wanted to be whatever to me, to be annoying. So, like, when I play this, I really feel like a reality is not colliding with what someone defines what their life is, and it's a real piss off again. Um, how do I consort with this evil that is just around? Well, again, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Yeah, that character is an ungrateful prick. Yeah, and yeah, it's just, it seems what is best for us to do is not that much. refrain from doing anything and pushing. I hate to think that the reason for my quit is that someone thinks that they can push my decisions better than I can do them myself. So when an idiot keeps trying to give me advice because they are burnt out and are somehow infused with me, and oh my gosh, dude, also at work, I think there's the, like, what do you call them? I don't even know. I've labeled it as 8 as a group of medical. Anyways, those fuckers try to annoy me and then to say something. Well, and I'm still dealing with the crazies of, I stole my parents' house. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I found out that set number 30 and 65 do not own the house that they said that they own. Okay. And I'm not gonna let a baby character, as in you're a baby, and if you are so much, a cousin or a relative, I could whoop you, and you have not even so much as made a presence or a homecoming or anything. Dude, I couldn't know the negative energy of what I have because it's always some fucker. And haha, dude, you think I'm just gonna give you this item? I think you're in grade. Don't. All this person does is reiterate a drama of, like, said relatives who chose not to do this, where I used number 24 to prove that they were a hypocrite, where said person continues to exist in my medium. Dude, I do not need it to deal with this. Get out of my fucking way, you fucker. Yeah, I know, I wish I would say something about somebody else, because what a socialism scum. Dude, every time I speak, then it's so easy to slander what I am doing. Like, I've never seen this as, like, the thing to do, and I don't know if the barrage of rage is helping, but really I've seen it in my physics. If you hold the mediums of the indifferences of what, like, an element is created that holds structure for somebody, and then all of a sudden some of those things lay wind to whatever that they are doing, that there are consequences to the other people. And I'm one of those people taking a lot of consequences for things that are not of me. I don't know what said people were doing, but I wouldn't want to, even, I don't want to create those avenues elementally, because if someone finds a mean to do something once, and then they'll find a means to do it again, and these ones are being funny. I don't think it's cocky to just be a belligerent object that thinks you're hilarious. The thing about that, for someone without the integrity of that accusation as a hypocrite, could not define that. And that's just, it's disturbing to think that you are allowed to have a voice in everything that you say. Dude, I'm so sick of said character. I pushed 21's character to 24 because they need to do something correct, and I'm sick of you and everything you say. You can't even finish your sentence because it has no character. And I don't even know if and or for what I would believe that person that I'm saying that is not doing that is. And if it wasn't, then it would only be relative to the people who saw it. And those that saw it, it would not matter if it were true, is the amount of defense that I want it to be. Okay, bro, I swear my defense is pretty good because I can go somewhere and then I can see someone that I think of on the other side that looks just like them. So I don't need to take this criticism, but it's just I've seen this, and I don't like when something that I want to bring out as like a part of expression, and I feel like the part of mind and body that the mind is being underestimated of the avenue. I just do not want it to like that dead energy and all those things pulled in me to be the reason that I take detriment. And it's just not who I feel I am. And I don't like that unrest I feel. It's pretty good to escape out of that one. It's kind of embarrassing of what it is, and what I think is happening is I go to work and they have an AED green device, and I think the detriment of someone's life is to make accusations on mental health. So in that case, that person can give you mental health because it's like very mortarizing for them to accuse me of being sick when I don't feel that way unless said people are present. So I really did not like that someone can't accept that they could be wrong, and it's just a piss off. And yeah, you're done. Alright, we could go with Kirnashi shards, or... Okay, I have a few examples, and I have to reiterate this like I'm reiterating Oculus. You know, the person from Oculus? I named their character Conan just because I can't have like each character consort to what they are doing and what I have to lock. And it's just their perspective of that character, whether it's real life or in that character, it's hard for them to get any representation, and that's exactly how I feel about this. I can't go into a two perspective way without having the influence, and then I'll still be met with this like elemental of just nonsense. I don't understand why please stop pinging me is always pinging me right now. I don't even know what I was gonna about, but I'm sick of some of these hoes, and I'll show you the power of this black house. I know it even looks like that, but it really takes no effort for me to put up the planks and do that. And anyway, this guy, what a scumbag. Dagger. That's just because I know my uncle can't stop threatening to kill his wife. Yeah, not my fault. I said it. And if that sub person kept doing that, And funny story about that one too. There must not be integrity with that one because why is my uncle's wife the voice of the person of who is talking to me as my boss's supervisor? Like, is everybody scum? My goodness. Man, fuck this guy. Fuck you, motherfucker. I don't need advertisement because I'm not gonna be a problem like you. My own farm and just moving back. This is like a real iteration of what this person needs to be alright. I'm so pissed off at that because, you know, it's either that thing does that, and it does mess with me either way, or it's that, wow, dude, fuck you, motherfucker. Wow, dude, you're such a prick. You're a fucker. Yeah, I can't imagine why 6116 is doing internet, but I promise that I don't need someone who was scared of the good decision. That was ridiculous. I could never live with myself to the blessing that garbage got. Knowing that everybody just trashed, if I think it is the easiest life, I'm pretty sure it is the easiest life. And then said again, Conan's character is like they're in Gods of Egypt, Oculus. You know, they never get any sort of face fortitude. It's pretty unsympathetic for the naivety of sometimes the matriarch that's pissing me off right now. Every time you think it's like we'll say something and then we'll go for like ends up with just like a bard-esque person and then go back to sulk on how someone who is more attractive is wrong to live with themselves. It's a piss off. Not really, it makes me feel more content. I'll take your I'm unbelievably annoyed by that. A lot of my complaints are reasonable, and look at this. You need to behave, you little fucker. Yeah, right. You don't know the item that I am and whether it is bad or good of what it is. Wow, dude, this guy's in. Fuck you. Please pardon me. And there's nothing to that of recording a voice of what said person sounds like and putting you right next to it. You are trying to mask your identity, and you're the boss of my boss, and my boss is not showing up to work. Are you kidding me? You thought I was not pissed off about that? And dude, I'm not gonna support someone using my voice as a means of action. What a parasite. Oh my gosh, dude. I completely blurred a few of those ones, but that's okay. I gotta be poised on my stick right here. And then we're at 800 of that if you have at least said amount. So we would just need a 300. And we could go for a 350. And yeah, I do not like when someone is piloting me to go on some kind of tangent. Not approved. Look at you, you have no brain. Quit trying to... Quit trying to click on me. What is your problem? Well, you'll be fake if you think on the outside that it is that. I think you're just scum, and then the reason that you come with answers is behind your profession, and you don't have, you're lacking something. I think I will heal over this time. Are you kidding me? I really do hear them. Oh my fucking god, like I fucking said, dude. Even if it does not apply, I swear. Dude, I do not need the Escobar of said Conan character putting their hands up to unrelatable. Except to the matriarch right there. My gosh. How is that not even funny, dude? How do you get sideslipped by that joke? This one is so hilarious, dude. I don't even want you to know that I exist. I feel like I'll implode or something. What Fizz? Why you so weak? What a piss off. I felt like I could not even play this game straight. I guess you know, I hate all things, all sexualities and sarcasm, because said boss was making a comment about said chicken in a certain video that who knows if they even saw. Like, what instability can you offer? And they are taking vacations now, early into getting a job. That doesn't make me feel too good. I think I can do a side sweep if I'm lucky. That was a good juke right there. Kind of. It's like such a blind match, I swear. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this one. Alright, I don't know if I could hold right here and then go to... I'm gonna see if I can get the side sweep. It was close. I was kind of trying to go in for the sack of myself right there. Wow, you can judge the space. It's just, you know, I will thrive in this outpost, and you can talk all about it. Yeah, I definitely don't need like in pretend if I cared advertisement of $5. I don't need $5, or it's not even $5. It's like $2.50 or whatever. Buy 1,000. I thought it was buy 100, and that it was gonna be half off for advertisement if I ever got to that, but I did not. And I don't care. Analytically, I can tell that these people are the problem. And how am I confused? But there's a really bad bloating thing. I think it was that I was working at a location and the coup of the existential of life was to not do something. And in that vertigo, they have also not been seen at the set work. I'm like, are you serious? You're trying to sarcastically fire me from any job? It's not too nice. Along with those perks, there's like said megaphones above them in like spaces. I would just say spaces of 3, even though I didn't know the exact amount, where said megaphone is being iterated in said direction. I don't know, I don't think I'll be able to skip that one. But I feel it. I feel the energy of said work pulling on me. And said number 5 getting closer. I saw that. It's like it's the same thing as the banana description. Like, if I do this, I can turn that character and make them wear a banana suit. Kind of like that some people can do, but it's another arch villain that I'm trying to destroy. And I guess it's a bad medium, whatever magic is, because I have to defeat an opponent. It's like they try to run pressure to imply themselves forward in their own demise. Very similar to Gods of Egypt again. and I don't know how to deal with that one. But it's such a piss off of, well, I don't know. What a drunk story about a garbage team that never existed. And like and I feel the integrity of said character 8 is someone who works in that field, who is related to the green prodding lights. And I did feel like that there was a sensation related to those things. Like, if you're in a room with this thing and you look at it, it'll make you feel like you're getting zapped. Yeah, what garbage, dude. I couldn't even believe the momentum of all my spirit and hope would even like become anything. Man, I'm praying to the gods as well. Come on, if I can get this one. Perfect. Alright, we're good, we're good. But I feel it's more fun to be more all out. I did get more accomplished even though you can't really see, but I don't really care to share anything until containment and breach is over. And if there's anything that like shows an overlay of a said character that I'm questionable of, then that is what breach means. That is why we can't really share a lot of stuff, and I don't know. I feel like we press someone on in like an overload, and for what it means to me, or a person in a checkmate. Just relieving all my stress, destroying all my enemies, sharing all my feelings. In vogue. On the side panel of that, doing a smooth sweep right there. If we had the close, which we will in some time, that would be good. But I want to see if I can get this one to break out of that to get the pull to switch that one over there while I can deflect it here. And then that's not like the goal of like I'm gonna have to sack myself, or I was about to. Well, it's not that I wanted to sack myself, but that was just, I had no outs on that one. We can go for the 80 armor, but we got no magic resistance. And then I swear the serrated edge of the night goes into one of those, but it's not that. And then if we were to go into this that I wanted to, and then switch on some of these ones. I'm not ready to know what one I wanted to go into. I should have went with Bambi Cinder and then sold that, and that would have been fine. And then I just don't understand why not making a mess of something doesn't make it better. I was gonna say, despite my 10 deaths, but it was only 5 deaths, and and some of those curvatures, I mean, that was pretty good. Despite Fizz, piece of trash. What is a problem? And take back what I said about said relatives, but I just, I can't even with that. I can't even think properly knowing that someone thought that through, and I thought I could say it a different way, but I'm sticking with Conan. That makes sense what I said. Wow, that was a jump into that one. That was kind of like how we fell flat to the nail of this one right there. Was I still gotta believe. I mean, how much 40 seconds of rotation that I did not really have the armor to what I should have been doing. So 300, it pretty much retains that 300 of what is that. But 400 immobilizing a champion. I think Bambi Cinder is the correct play because it goes into this one. I've been having another thing with that there's a character that, if you give a suggestion on a recommendation, it will override that it has a lack of any belief that anybody can have anything different. Will overrun and say that it's wrong, then we'll like recluse in this like duct like this, and we'll just they'll be nonstop on telling you that you're not wrong. They're kind of like a fascist character with a kind of a sporty vibe. Until we deal with this breach and this wall and creating a virtual firewall, and who knows what we'll be allowed to say. The thing that I missed with Essential was the double barrel on this one. Forgot to go with the tag damage. It sounds very romantic to myself, closing it on myself. Give me like a blood ulcer or something. That's an easy game right here. We're changing up the format because the soul of Twitch right there. That was a really cool game. Except like some of the only things I didn't like about it is just that we're demonically possessed. And I don't like the concerns. Not one bit. The real fact is that I think that they're on vacation. And that I think that they try to use like a hobby video, like nobody sees this, to try to like slur that, my job stability, and that they've like they've either knighted someone who is not their boss to be their boss, to give them more vacation time. So it was just a piss off. And on top of the device on top, it's been picking like the specific one. So pretty much someone is on a megaphone, and then if someone uses the megaphone, I will use my magic power to say misuse of megaphone, or I'll have them swear at themselves, or do some kind of hologram. And all I need is that thing to stop doing the beeping over me, to do it on purpose. And yeah, there's a lot of things I gotta pull that character off of me to continue being healthy. And then, but I just gotta say, of all the ranting, this was a, a pretty dang good match. And we might even, no advertisement, breaking the PG boundary. And that's pretty much it. Alright, bye.